Hello, everybody. How are you today? This is Natalie Jensitz.
Yes, and Rashonda Thornton.
We are back today with another topic for you with our 30 days, 30 ways to better health and mindset. Yesterday, we talked about idle snacking and ways that you can do that. Lost you for a minute. There you go. Okay. And today we're going to talk about probably a very hot topic as well right now, handling frustrations with the family. So we're all more cooped up right now, right? We
Yes, we are.
have potentially more people in our house if you have a big family or even a small family, and it's real. I mean, we have regular frustrations to work with, and then now on top of that, we have those frustrations and not being able to release them in our usual ways. So today, let's talk about how to handle those more effectively and why. I mean, when I'm looking at the idea of frustration, I looked up the word again because you know me, I'm the word geek, but frustration comes from the perceived resistance to achieving your goal or your outcome. And it, feels like it's resistance to what you're trying to accomplish. It's blocking you. You're not able to have your own way, basically. So the first thing to think about is, you know, is this all about me or not? And is it worth getting frustrated? It's a lot of mindfulness and taking your thoughts captive for the moment to handle them well. Um, a lot of let me talk about what it can lead to if you don't handle it well first. If you let the frustration get to you, you're going to end up being more resentful or angry or depressed.
Mm.
Um, you might get that self-pity mode or decide you want to give up on something that you really shouldn't be giving up on. And some of my less healthy ways to respond to frustration in my house, I kind of surveyed my family today, actually. You know, one of us tends to walk away mumbling, which irritates another one of us. I won't mention names. Um, I tend to yell, stop, kids, stop. I need some whatever quietness. It's all about me. I want
Mm.
to give up, or some of us tend to pout. So, Rashonda, before we get into our tips, let's hear your perspective on frustrations.
I like that you just kind of put yourself in it because, yes, even though I'm always on here smiling, I get frustrated too. And I find myself kind of stepping outside of who I really am. It's like once it happened, you're like, dang it, I shouldn't have done it, or I could have handled it better. Then you start feeling bad. Just it creates a lot of in retrospect, a lot of regrets. Because the people that you're talking to are people that you love, the people that you're around. So it's kind of a catch-22 with that. But I also think it's important to recognize that it's important to acknowledge that you have the right to just naturally get upset at someone. The crucial point is how you respond and how do you respond to your emotions, because you're going to react out of your emotions, which means that's probably going to make the situation even worse because you're now retaliating. You know, um, I'm sure like we all had I'm sure like for those who are watching, you remember Looney Tunes. I always laugh at the Yosemite Sam because I think he just a kind of reflection of how we sometimes feel. He like when we get upset, what does Yosemite Sam do? He runs to the hill and he cusses and yells and jumps on the ground. And then he comes down and he goes back. Definitely not saying we need to go that far, but what I saw is that instead of him retaliating on the person he's upset at, he finds a way to go calm himself down and get himself together. And then he reapproaches the situation. He's more rational. He's thinking it through, and he realizes it may not be about them. Because most of the time, you're annoyed. You got to ask yourself: are they trying to annoy me? They're probably not. So try to talk yourself down and calm yourself down to where you are able to kind of reapproach the situation. To me, an indication would be if you're able to go up to them and smile or say, hey, how are you doing, without your heart racing. to me, that's an indication that you're ready to go and reapproach the situation. So when you retaliate, if you were to go off on someone, you got to think about the repercussions that it's going to make down the road, you know? So for me, like, that's how, it's good to acknowledge it, but work on not reacting to your emotion versus just taking some time away so you can reapproach the situation.
That's a great tip for sure. It's like separating yourself for in the moment and making that choice. Again, back to the choices.
Yes.
They're endless.
They are.
Different.
So many different scenarios you can choose, but how are you going in that moment? Choose one that you know would best be fit for that situation.
Right. Sounds good. I liked what you said about, is this just annoying at the moment, or are they trying to be annoying? Because that reminds me of something I read in a book not that long ago that I have held on to dearly and tried to practice every day. And that's to ask myself, is this annoying or is it harmful? If it's annoying, I'm thinking of my kiddos, mom, 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 mom. Then should I get upset about it? Is it about them trying to annoy me? No, it's them about trying to get their own way, possibly, or get an answer, but they're not setting out to annoy me usually. And, versus if it's harmful, are they doing this, mom, 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 at a time where I'm busy trying to work and I've asked them to give me some time alone? Then it's a little more on the harmful side, I guess. It's borderline still. But I have to take that moment and say, is that harmful or is it just annoying? Even with the husband, it's like, really get over myself and
Yeah.
give more grace.
And when you said definition of frustration, you say it's a perceived resistance. So does that really mean that it's someone's trying to resist you? It just you view it as a resistance. So it's all, everything is subjective, it's relative to what you're dealing with. And so kind of what you're saying, like, it's like me, me, me. They're talking about me, me. Everybody's talking about me, 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 because they're wanting to satisfy their own need. And for us as a person, like, we can't control, like, we can't say, hey, we kill them to stop. Obviously it doesn't work, but what we can do is, focus on, like, okay, how can I better improve how I respond? Work on you, because you can't really change them until you have a conversation. I know you were going to say something about that. How can you have a calm conversation? But in the meantime, work on, you can't avoid, anxiety is going to get high, and you have to find tools and ways to kind of handle this, especially now, and focus more so working on how you're going to respond versus trying to fix the next person or your family member.
Right. And so sometimes, like every quarter or so, it's not planned out exactly, but when I start to feel the heat rising in the house, I'll be like to my husband, can we just have a little family powwow or it's usually him and me, to talk about, what 3 things are important to us right now in this moment. I give him mine, he gives me his. We figure out how we can support each other. And you can get your kids involved with this too, to try to get everybody on the same page and helping each other, working together instead of feeling that resistance so much. It's also a good way to air out your frustrations. You know what? Hey, when you mumble and walk away, that really actually annoys me, and we can talk about it while we're calm. So it's a little more effective that way too.
Yeah.
A couple of other things that I like to suggest for frustration. There's a kindness challenge that is unlike any other I've seen online. It's called jointhekindnesschallenge.com. And I know we're running short on time, but just go check it out. It's working on yourself, and it's not just like doing little things here and there. It's a little more intense than that, and it's 30 days, and it walks you through every day of giving you a suggestion. So it's really good. Jointhekindnesschallenge.com. I'll leave the link. And then also there's a book that I have found helpful, How to Talk So Kids Will Listen and Listen So Kids Will Talk. Gives you another means of communicating with your kids in a way that is reciprocal and productive. And I think it's been helpful. I'll leave that link as well.
Right. No, those are great resources. So I think what we're trying to say at the end of the day, when you're around different people, that everyone is going to have different opinions, or they make annoying remarks without them really directing towards you. So just remember throughout all of this, take this as an opportunity, especially now, to work on yourself, work on being, who you want to be in this situation. This is it's gonna be another chaotic moment happening, crisis happening in your life down the road. This is not the first roller coaster. So if you start working on it now, it's gonna help better prepare you down the road.
Very true. Intentional parenting, intentional self growth, and
constantly. Yeah. So again, we know that we're not you guys are dealing with this. We are too. So it's just as helpful for us to talk this out as it is for us to talk to you about it. So we're all in this together. So hope you guys have a great day and share this to someone who is feeling frustrated. Yeah.
Watch it
all right,
together.
Guys. What'd you say?
Watch it together.
Yeah, watch it together. So yeah. Have a great day, guys. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye.